Hi there! In today's video I'm gonna do this look, which is Halloween themed, of course. Unfortunately this year I don't really have the time or the inspiration, to be honest, to do Halloween looks, so this is gonna be the only one. And I got a request to do a green and purple Halloween look, so I'm honoring that today. And I found this look by Melissa. She's an amazing artist. I'm gonna link her Instagram down below in the description box. Make sure to check her out. She's really talented and does a lot of creative, beautiful, colorful looks. So today I'm going to be inspired by her, but I switched it up a little bit. I just switched the colors from one eye to another. I wanted to add my twist on it, I guess. And here it is. I hope you enjoy it, and if you want to see how I did it, then just stick around. Okay, so my base makeup is already done. I'm only gonna do my eyes on camera. At the moment, I do have a little bit of concealer base on my lids, and that's gonna be everything. If you want the look to last all day long, and especially if you have hooded lids, I suggest you use an eyeshadow primer. This is a filming day for me, so I'm gonna wipe this off as soon as I finish it, probably. So longevity is not one of my concerns today, and so concealer will work just fine. Okay, today's look is actually kind of like a smoky eye, but with green and purple. So the colors were going to be lighter in the crease, and closer to the lash line they're going to be darker. It's going to be some sort of a gradient. I think I'm gonna start with the dark colors first, and of course for the purple I'm gonna reach for my Norvina palette. It's the volume 5, which of course has a lot of lovely purples. Okay, let's see. For the darker purple. Jesus, I cannot spell purple today. I'm going to pick up the D5 shade, and I'm gonna use a shading brush from Real Techniques. So dipping into this shade, and the purple is gonna be on my outer corner. I'm making sure there are no creases on my lid because I did not set this concealer. I'm gonna start right here, patting it. What if I inverse the colors on this other eye? That could be interesting, but I'm gonna think about it. So should it be like green, purple, and then purple, green? Okay, I think I want to do that. I think that would look interesting. Oh, okay, picking up a little bit more of that shade and applying it right here in the inner portion of my lower lash line. I'm not gonna apply too much of that, so I'm gonna wipe my brush a little bit because I don't want my lower lash line to be too dark. Since I wiped my brush, I'm gonna attempt to blend this a bit. Just gonna fade the edges a little bit by gently tapping my skin. Like I'm barely touching my skin with the brush. And I'm gonna do the opposite on the other eye because I think that's a great idea. So I picked up a little bit more of that shade, and I'm gonna apply it in the inner portion of my lid. Closer to my lash line. Starting at the base of my lashes and gently going up. Again, to create a bit of a gradient. And then on the lower lash line, the purple is gonna go on the outer corner. See how eyeshadow can really switch up the shape of your eye? It looks like my eyes are completely different shapes right now. I'm taking a Morphe M506 brush, which is a small blending brush, and I'm gonna pick up a lighter purple, which I think I'm gonna go for B3. And I am gonna go around my dark shade. Actually, I'm gonna mix it with a bit of B2 because I think this is a little too blue toned. Doing little circular motions. I might have to come back to the dark shade because I think this is so pigmented that it kind of covers it. I'm also kind of extending it towards my outer corner, taking a little bit more of that mixture and blending my lower lash line as well. And same thing on my other eye, so I picked up a little bit more of that mixture and gently fading it into my crease. When I say gently, I mean I'm not putting a lot of pressure on the brush. That's really important. And also blending my lower lash line. I'm gonna have to come back to D5 because, again, my intensity was kind of diminished by that light shade. So I'm gonna have to re-intensify it. I'm just gonna re-intensify it on the upper lid. Again, I don't mind that the lower lid kind of faded, because I don't want my lower lid to be too dark. Moving on to the green part, I'm gonna use my Colourpop Hi Society palette. I'm gonna start with the shade Scene, which is the darker green. I'm using a smudge brush from Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. Let's see how this goes. I don't know if purple blends into green. I'm gonna be careful not to get fallout on my face. I love the tone on this green. Let's see how they blend into each other. I'm curious. I mean, I guess it's not ideal, but doable. Picking up some more and applying it on the lower lash line. Again, I'm using little tapping motions. And again, doing the inversion on my other eye. So I picked up a little bit more of that green and I'm applying it on the outer corner. Tapping it, bringing it a little bit higher to create a little bit of an extension on my outer corner. These colors fit together so well, I'm actually impressed. And last but not least, applying a little bit more of that on the inner portion of my lower lash line. I'm gonna have to blend this out with a lighter green, so I picked up Morphe 507, which is pretty similar to the 506, only it's a little bit pointier at the tip. And I'm gonna pick up Don't Care, which is an amazing green. It's so vibrant, almost looks like a neon shade, and it's really lovely. So I'm gonna use that in my crease. I'm doing little circular motions to blend it into my skin color. And I'm using it to blend my lower lash line too. I'm so glad that I tried this combo. Green and purple look amazing together. I'm blending my outer corner of the other eye as well. And again, gently fading it towards the outer corner to create a little extension. And blending the lower lash line as well. I'm gonna need a little bit more of that darker green on my outer corner. Here, on this eye I don't mind that it faded a bit, but here I need that intensity in the outer corner of the eye. It's just the style that I usually use to do my makeup. I prefer my outer corner to have a darker shade that really extends the eye visually. I'm gonna finish off the lower lash line with a nude pencil on my waterline, on both of my eyes. And I'm thinking that on the inner corner I should again inverse the shades. So I'm gonna use a light green toned shade, this one from the Colourpop palette, and this one is gonna go where I have green in my inner corner, so it's this eye actually. So I'm gonna use it here to highlight my inner corner. And I'm using a flat brush. This is a Morphe M124. And on my other eye, I'm gonna reach for a purple toned shimmer, but let's see what I have. I'm not really sure, maybe A3, but I think this is a little too dark. What if I mix A3 with B1? And again, stamping it in my inner corner. Yeah, I think that works. Next, I think I want to intensify my lash line a little bit. So I'm gonna use a black pencil. This one is from Revolution. I'm gonna start by lining underneath my lashes. I'm not really feeling that inspired this Halloween season. I think it's because I don't know if I have any plans. I don't know, I don't really feel it this year. I'm applying it at the base of my lashes as well. I'm gonna smudge it in a second. Again, I think I want some more on my outer corner to turn it a bit darker. And I have a pencil brush around. Okay, this is a Morphe M149, which is a really useful brush. And I'm gonna do a little back and forth close to my lash line to smudge it so it doesn't look that graphic. Gently fading it upwards. And I think I'm gonna apply a little bit more of that dark green because I think it looks a little too obvious that I have a black pencil. So I'm trying to mask it a bit. Just blending it a little bit better with the green. I'm not going crazy with it, so I didn't apply too much of that eyeshadow. I just wanted to blend the black a bit more, and I think that works for me. Let's see about that spider web. I'm gonna use liquid lipstick, and I have a painting brush from a craft store. I have a melted matte from Too Faced in the shade Gingerbread Man. I'm gonna mix it with the Superstay matte ink from Maybelline in the shade Driver because it's slightly lighter. This one is kind of like a pumpkin shade, but as you can see it's really dark, and this one was a limited edition from a Christmas collection. I'm gonna mix it with a bit of Driver, which is again kind of has that ginger tone. Let's see what I end up with. Definitely not as orange as the original, unfortunately, but I don't know how to turn it that way. Maybe if I scrape some yellow eyeshadow? Should I try that? Okay, this is a palette that I don't really use anymore, so I don't mind if I ruin it. It's the Slice of Paradise from Ace Beauté. This is really lovely, but it's really old, so that's why I don't really use it anymore. I see that I already scraped some of these shades, so I'm just gonna do this in the yellow and scrape some into my mixture. Let's see. It doesn't really do much. I think lipsticks have a much stronger pigment than eyeshadows. At least I tried. I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna have to scrape this whole eyeshadow pan in order to see a difference. Anyway, this is fine. This is a lovely shade. I'm gonna draw a line here, continuing my inner corner. One that's continuing my outer corner. Hopefully they're gonna be symmetrical. And then I'm gonna draw like 3 more lines. One right in the middle of my eye. And 2 more around it. It looks like I'm really bad at drawing today. These lines are definitely not straight, but whatever. Let's connect them with half a circle, I guess. Actually 2 half circles. I'm not even breathing, but I don't know why I can't do this properly. I'm a bit rusty when it comes to creative makeup. I should practice it a little bit more. I used to do so many creative looks. I don't know what happened. I think I just lost my patience. Of course, drawing on your face requires a lot of patience, which I usually have, but I don't know. I guess this is not so bad. It could have been better, it could have been worse. Let's wrap up this eye look with a little bit of mascara. I'm gonna curl my lashes first, using a random lash curler. I was thinking of applying false lashes as well, but I don't think I can be bothered, especially because I want to film a second look today. I think the second look is gonna have false lashes. I'm using the On the Rise mascara from NYX Cosmetics. And I will be trying to load my lashes as much as I can to make up for the lack of false lashes. Using some on the lower lashes as well. For the lips, I'm going to do a gradient. That's what I have in mind. I hope it turns out right. I'm gonna do a pink mauve toned lip. And I'm using 2 lipsticks from L'Oreal Cosmetics. It's the Matte Resistance, and I have the shade Road Tripping, which I'm gonna use on the outside of my lips, while in the center I'm gonna go for Breakfast in Bed. So let's see how that turns out. Basically, Road Tripping is gonna replace a lip liner. Just because I don't have a lip liner in the shade that I want, we're gonna improvise. I love the applicator on this lipstick. So precise. Okay, moving on to Breakfast in Bed, which is such a beautiful shade. Okay, so I rarely reach for nude pink. I would rather go for a peachy nude usually, but this is beautiful. So that concludes today's look. I really hope you enjoyed how it came out. Unfortunately, it's the only Halloween look that I'm gonna do this year. Is because I will be away from home the entire month of October. I literally just have one day before Halloween when I'm home, and it's today, so I'll film as much as I can. And hopefully I will stay consistent for the rest of October. I do want to thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any Halloween plans, and if you have anything, any look in mind that you want to do for Halloween. I would love to hear. I'm gonna head out. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!